the sun may be, I don't know, you can see it coming through. I don't know if I can lag some myself, I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I'd come on for a little morning chat because I've noticed something, and I've got Claudia's cup today, my lovely little fairy cup, because I just thought I would, after this, pull a card from the Oracle of the Fairies. I am on a little bit early because I'm just, I'm about to go out for a little bit of exercise, and I may, hi John Kennedy, I may film a little bit of it when I get there. And then I'm just trying to ground myself because I've got some stuff going on today, and I'm making things for this thing that's going on. And I've been, but I'm not going to tell you yet, making this lovely little, I've got to make a couple. I'm going to sneeze. Selenite, beautiful pendant necklaces, which I may do a few for my Instagram, which has changed because lots of things changed. But I'll tell you about that again, and I'm a little bit nervous, but in an excited sense. So I have to go, and I'm gonna go out for a walk for exercise, but also to ground myself out in nature because it is a beautiful sunny day, and I've just seen something absolutely beautiful today. As I was taking my little one to school, it's such a glorious day today, and the energy feels absolutely beautiful. Hi Rachel, hi Robert. It's sunny, it's beautiful, but the energy feels different again. It feels calm to me. It's not, I don't know, it's just beautiful. So I thought I need to soak up some of that energy today because I'm doing something later. And I may tell you about it later on tonight, or I might save it for tomorrow. And then basically, you may not see me till next week, or I might show you snippets of something, I don't know. But it's a nervous, excited energy, which is good. And I've got to do it because it's like pushing yourself forward with things. I know it sounds a bit cryptic at the minute, but I don't want to put it out there yet. What's the word? Getting out of your comfort zone, because we can do this in big ways, we can do it in small ways. Made me laugh the other week because I was talking to someone who said, to get out of your comfort zone, just because they were living in a different country where it seems a little bit harder with what's going on. And I just thought, you don't need to be in another country to be out of your comfort zone. There's many different things that take you out of your comfort zone in life. Some are little, some are big. And I'm just going to go with the flow now. And no, it's not a bungee jump. Hi 111 code. Also, what was I going to say then? Shouldn't have looked at chat, I got distracted. When we go through certain stuff, I do. Sorry, getting a ringing in the ear a minute. When we do go through certain things, like I was saying, states of minds yesterday. I mean, the states of stuff going on in states, but of countries and stuff. But your state of mind is, a lot of people go through things, and you could call, this awakening that's happening and has been happening for a long time, of how you navigate it and how you can either really make it a hard time for yourself, because it's not easy anyway, or you can make it a little bit easier and softer on yourself by what you let in and how you think about stuff. I'd say reflect on stuff, and then how you merge that into your life, if that's the right word. Don't really know how to say that. God, I've missed the pure simple yet. Ultra rare. I can't see because of the light. Oh, thank you. Well, do you know what, Josh? It's really funny because I was just thinking today, I'm all over the place. As I was going to school, that was the one thing I was telling you about, is, when some people talk about extraterrestrial life, and they talk about the greys, I always think, yeah, they're already here. I see a lot of grey people, and if anyone doesn't get what I mean, I just mean grey. I mean literally grey in skin tone. I mean I've said this before, and I've said to people behind the scenes, I've met people in real life, know people in real life, see people also on platforms who I've always had this thing of like I didn't know what to say they were just grey, meaning they just look like they'd had the life sucked out of them. Their eyes are not very full of light, they're not sparkly, you know, it's a bit like that. Yeah, they've lost the soul essence in a sense, and they're just very grey, you know, like you could say depressed and down and stuff like that, but you can tell because it's like, no, Josh, I've got mine. Does anyone get what I'm saying? And I have to say grey colour because they've got no colour in the skin, and I don't mean, I'm not talking about colour is I'm white, you're black, you're this, you're that. No, I mean it's the lifeness, and I don't even know what the right word is. The what's the right word? The just the shine that comes off you. Dull, just dull skin, dull, just no glow. Yeah, the essence, yeah, no glow. Hi Ollie, how are you doing? I can't see chat properly because the light's really just, it's beautiful today. It's getting hot in here, but do you know what I mean? That it's just a dullness to the skin, and even on other sides of things I've watched, you could go, ooh, you can tell them people, I don't mean people are, because there's people who just are dragging themselves down, but dynamic, you know, like no light in their eyes. They don't want to show their eyes. They don't know, you can't even see their eyes half the time, but there's no life in their eyes either. They have no emotion in their eyes, there's no light in their eyes. You know, it's funny because a lot of these people wouldn't even show the faces. A lot of people hide, as we know. It's a bit like the keyboard warriors and stuff like that, you know, who don't show themselves properly. You know, I've always sat up to the camera because I don't have a problem with, you know, showing myself, as in, just always been like that from the beginning, with a cup of tea or a coffee, right up to the camera as if we're all talking as friends, because we are, in that sense of having a chat. But I don't know why that just came in, but yeah, I was thinking about that this morning because on the way to school, on a school run, the auras I could see coming off the kids, my son as well, I was like, wow, like pillars of light. I mean, you can see aura like that, but it was like pillars, if you get what I'm saying, of light this way, like shards, if you get what I'm saying, if anyone gets what I'm saying, like going like this, woo, and I just thought, wow, it's a beautiful day, and I'm stood in the playground. Oh, it is happening, yeah. I'm stood in the playground, and it was really funny because there was a circle on the floor. There's also a checkerboard floor chess game on the floor, you know, because they have the kids' games on the floor. Pure innocence, yeah, because it was white light and a bit of violet. But the kids are messing around on this climbing frame. Oh yeah, worldwide, exactly. Oh yes, it's not the end, it's the beginning. Oh, and like the last one will be magical. Yeah, like rays, but coming from your head. And I was laughing because I was stood in this, near this circle. I was on this circle. I thought, I'm going to stand in the circle, in the centre point. I'm going to stand on this circle in the playground. And then on the checkerboard floor, because it was where my son was lining up, you know, the last move not been made yet, but they know they've already lost. I just went and stood on the white one. White hats in control, that's all I'm saying. I just went and stood on the white one for a laugh. Because that's what I was thinking, stood in the playground. While the parents were probably going on about school and the usual mother at the gates chat, which I'm not part of because I can't be bothered. That's what I was thinking about. And I was stood in the playground like, wow, look at all these bright lights. I was looking at adults as well over their heads. I was like, yeah. Energy's changing, but like I said, beautiful energy. There's things going on I've seen this morning, chats of different people, and I'm just like, yeah, Yes. But someone did comment yesterday, and it wasn't a bad comment, and this person's commented a lot. Something about, because I said something yesterday about, you know, I'm not here to be waking people up anymore, and someone commented on the thing about, oh, you, like regurgitating, you should still say names of who you watched. I think that's what it was saying, getting at, because there's people still coming through that need to find these people. Yeah, I did put something about, yeah, I do believe that, but I'm not here to regurgitate everything that I've looked at from years ago, which I've already talked about if people go and look apart from the videos that have been pulled down. And also, the lovely Joanna Dunn, if you know who she is, was talking about this morning, so hi if you are watching, about someone had commented on her channel about, oh, you should, so I think she said something about, oh, it sounds like you've changed, you're not putting, as if you're not putting names out, as if like you've said you've spoke to someone, but you're not putting names out. But like she said, some of the people are, say, family members or friends that she doesn't have to put the name out because it's not for you lot to, it's not for anyone to know. When they don't want to be on the tube or have their stuff discussed, and a lot of people do that. But I also think, hi Danny, that I mention the people I watch all the time, like I've just said Joanne's name then, that I watch all the time. And if you know, you know. But there is that thing again of people need to also research for themselves, and because I think this person said, and then it might help them understand. It might do, but there's a lot of people out there who don't resonate with the same people. And you'll find the person that you resonate with the way you understand, because we all understand things differently. I could go to a channel where there's two different people, two different channels talking about the same thing, but it depends how they're talking, because someone could be talking about the same thing, but depending on the words, maybe they're using bigger words or something, or they're quite, I can't really say educated because I'm, you know, we've been programmed. If you get what I'm saying, but then I'll go to someone else who may talk a bit, it may seem cryptic and coded to some people, and just slightly different, and I'll get them more than I get the other person, even though they're talking about the same thing. So someone might go over to a channel I point out or have pointed out in the past and not get it because they're like, I need a bit. Hi Indigo, how are you? I was thinking about you this morning. How I don't really get it how they say it, but then they'll go to the other channel and go, oh yeah, I get that, because it may be the words they were using. Like some people don't like, you could say, the woo-woo words that some of us use, and some people do, some people get it, because it just depends. So it was just to put the message out of, and it wasn't a bad comment, but I did comment back saying, I'm not here, Joanne was saying it this morning, sort of thing, I'm not here to wake anyone up anymore, I'm not really here to say where to go and where to look, but I have always give names out about the people and what I've been watching, or if I think it'd be any good, but I'm not going to keep going on it, because this person mentioned Kerry Cassidy out of the Camelot channel thing. Now, Kerry Cassidy, see, this is a prime example. Kerry Cassidy, a lot of people like her. She used to say things a bit ago where I thought, does she actually know? And then she's come through saying other things now, which I'm like, oh, right, yeah. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I just don't like the way she interviews and does stuff. Not because she doesn't know. To me, she's quite, it's just the way she is, and that's fine. Moody. I should come across as moody and a bit like, I don't know, I like her, but I don't watch her. I've watched a few of videos from way back on certain things and people that she's had in a playlist, but I don't watch her because there's certain people, like I said, that know stuff, but I just can't watch them do it the way they do it, so I have to find something else. But these days, I don't look at as much stuff because there's a knowing that you know certain stuff. Not that we truly know how it's going to be looking like at the end, even though we know it's good, but what time or date and all that. Hi Archangel Michael, hi everyone chat. Can't see properly because of the sunlight. If you get what I'm saying, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So it's a bit like, if I'm not doing that, it's because I've either not been watching a lot, or I'm not going to do something and say, for instance, start giving shout outs to Kerry Cassidy when I'm not watching her. And whenever I did give her a shout out a few years ago, where I was at then, and whatever it was I was looking at then, I'd give a shout out. And the people who do come across, who are awakening, because there's waves all the time waking up, they'll see it in my channel. If they come across my channel, they may go back to other videos and they'll see them, even though the tube did remove quite a few of you know what ones, but they'll see that anyway. So you just go with who you resonate. And there's that thing as well. Sorry to put this out there. A lot of people today are lazy. They don't do their own research. They'll do a bit, but they want all the information off everybody else. And then they get, upset when you're not giving them a certain something. And I'm just putting that out there because I do see that. And it's like, this was all about, it's the age of information. You've got to research yourself. Take what resonates and leaves the rest, and then do something with that and actually put action behind it of doing something with that information. There's a lot of people who take information and they take the hard information and they go down and they get depressed. But you can take that information, see what it is for what it is, and why this has been happening. And so it's not easy. I've said this before. I have shit going on in my life. That's my life that I don't have to talk about on YouTube because it's nothing to do with anybody. It's no one else's business. But I'm getting through that. It's confusing sometimes. But the other stuff is, we just put things out there. Like a lot of us say, like Joanne said, got 17 in chat. It's a journey. Yes, thank you. It's a personal journey within a magical plan. Joy is the key to love. It is, Ollie Oliver. It is a personal journey, and it sure is a magical plan. Definitely a magical plan. More than, it's beautiful, though it seems a bit crappy sometimes, but it's not. It has to be done this way. So it's hard to get people to understand that sometimes, and I'm just expressing the way I know how to express, and I know a lot of you get me, but there are a lot of lazy people out there. And it's not about gathering shitloads of information. It's just there's a lot of people out there, especially when they're newly waking up, they want everything given to them. So they'll watch a channel, hi Sky, they'll watch a channel about something, or they might go and read something, but they don't think, like, when I first woke up to a few things with the alphabet, number 17, all that, you got information, but then I went and did my own research looking at stuff. I didn't just go, right, so what they said, right, well, I'm going to look that up and I'm going to look into that. And then I came across loads of other things that I was like, oh my God, a lot to do with source energy. We are connected, even though I've never been connected from believing in a universal energy or God or source or whatever you want to call it, all that sort of good stuff. Many things have been twisted, but I had to do that for myself. And then the stuff that I've been experiencing along my path has been amazing. And some of those experiences are really hard to explain because you only understand it when you're experiencing it. And sometimes it doesn't come out in words. I think that's why I draw a lot, because it's expressed in my drawings. And the other day on Instagram, I did put up on Instagram, my books that I've drawn in, I've always expressed the feminine, because the divine energy of the feminine is rising, because it was always took out and took away, be hidden, certain names in certain places. Hi everyone, like Mary Magdalene, all them sort of people have been suppressed and pushed down and lied about because of the divine energy they held. And it is within every woman as well. And it's not, as we've said, it's not to rise above the man, it's to come in union and merge together, because once those both energies are merged together, it's so powerful. They've known that. That's why they lie about certain stories. That's why they lie about witches, and stuff like that. They're just wise women and wise men as well. And sorry to put the word out there because it triggers some people, but at the end of the day, to me, that was the energy of, it's all to do with Earth, and they didn't want that about, and so they had to lie about certain factors, whatever, of that word as well, and those women and men, to put people into fear. I'm not saying there isn't people who are on the dark side that will call the witch, because we know that there's one in the West, Hillary, just saying. But there's dark and light and everything, but they did suppress a lot of that magic, a lot of that energy of the divine feminine energy of the knowing, if you get what I'm saying, of the wise ways, even before Christ. So just going to put that out there. But yeah, there's lots of great things going on. And if you look in my room, because I've been tidying this up because I've got things going on soon, is we've got the cosmic whale that I've not attempted to finish off yet, because I don't know what I'm doing with that whale. The detail isn't in, but woman. One of my black and white pictures, a woman. This angel picture that I did ages ago, which I decided to keep for the energy that's in it, is a woman. A lot of the things mainly I draw are women. And now I know why. And I've been drawing those for years, quite a few years. There is so much expansion happening in love. We're learning to love properly, not from fear. Exactly. Exactly. Greetings from Southern California. We've got JDM. Is it Beats? I didn't think, especially you Americans, I didn't think you'd be on this morning. I just felt I just needed to just express, so I did. Because like I said, there's something going on today that I may tell you about later that I'm a bit nervously excited about. And I'll let you know. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a quick card out of this Fae deck. And then I've got to go and do a bit of exercising. And I may chat to you why I'm doing it, because it's such a beautiful day. But like I said, I've seen a lot of light, like columns coming off people today, especially my son and the kids at school. And I'm like, wow. So I was stood in the playground looking at that, like I said, hi Karen, why everyone else was probably just talking school chat, you know, the usual mundane stuff. And I'm stood in the playground like, wow. Because at first I was like, what's that? And then I was like, I just have a bit of a look around. Oh, yes. So 2 cards have just come out, so I'm going to try for a third, Trinity. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Oh, no, we've got 4. Oh, just saw the end one. The end one. So we've got Purity. And you would see a unicorn as purity. They were like the love, the light, and that is where we're going, you know, with the loving energy. Unicorn energy was pure, you know. You remember the film The Legend, when they chopped the unicorn's horn off, could say third eye. That unicorn was so pure. There's just pure love from the unicorn. And it says, always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. You will. You know, when you go within and ask yourself from the heart, you will find the true question, not what other people are saying and blah, blah, blah. Then we've got this lovely one, as I was just saying, the divine. Why do I keep saying divine? Divine. I can't speak. Divine energy. The woman, moon energy. Well, the moon energy is the divine, feminine, silver. Do I wear a lot of silver? I've never really been into gold. I see gold as the man. So when you say bringing gold and silver back, could be 2 ways of looking at that. Because gold I see as the man, the sun, and silver I see as the moon. You know, it's always been represented, the woman, the moon, the intuition, the moon, the silver and gold. And it says, surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that the peace of mind is possible. And then we've got divination, which is what I'm doing now with the cards. And it says, my moon woman, embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. And then we've got the journey. This one's called the journey. Well, journey. So, a bit like Alice in Wonderland there with it's a hare. But you know, it says journey. We all know the story, what's going on there. It's time to prepare for a journey, if you haven't already. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. And I don't think that literally means pack your passport now thingy. I just think it means in your state of consciousness, because this is what I say, you can't put a date on when this stuff is happening. A lot of people talk about stuff that I've done and people go, oh, I thought you said this was happening. You can't put a date on it. You can't put a date on it. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. We will know. I mean, you're already seeing lots of stuff than we did before. When the time comes, what is time? There's no time. So it's all working alongside each other. So yeah, patience is a virtue. We've been waiting. A lot of people have been waiting a long time, but you know, so that's yeah. And I just feel like pulling another one. I just feel like making it 5. So I'm going to do that. Something's telling me to do another one. Would you like me to put an exercise up? An exercise up in the chat, making connection between the heart and mind. You can do. Indigo's going to put an exercise in chat for you guys to make the heart. What did you say? The connection between heart and mind stronger. And if you guys have never tried anything before, you know, try things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you may find something else. But yes, I'm just going to put that in chat while I'm just going to read this out. So we've got hope. See the rainbow? I don't know if you can see in the slide. We've got the rainbow and we've got the dove of peace in the background. And it's not hopium, you know, as most people would say. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Of course it does. And this is why I've always said, there's people out there who go, oh, who give them false hope out of the false light. I've had that before. And it's like, no, hope is massive. You know, you're only believing it's hopium if you personally have looked and you can't see anything, and get validation in chat with 21 and 12. But no, as it says, optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation in a positive one. Because, not being funny, the things I'm seeing now is what I was talking about a few years ago. Many other people have and did. And it's all coming out. And it's all like, well, happy days, you know. It is what I thought. It doesn't mean it's going the way, you know, we've all thought, but it is going in that direction of, oh my God, this is ace. Though we're still going through what has seemed turbulent times, because the other card I pulled out the other day was it chaos amid the calm amid the chaos or whatever, because we're staying calm. I'm not running around screaming, shouting. It doesn't mean I don't get frustrated and triggered and pissed off sometimes when you're looking at certain stuff, but all in all, I'm calm about it. And even the people who are not calm about it, that's fine, because they're just going through the emotions of what they're learning and unlearning and realising what we were taught wasn't the truth. So it's all good in that way. And as I've said before, this has been in for millennia. I can't see chat at the minute because the sun's on it. You can't bring something down in a day that's been here for a very long time. The art of war, let's say, in a spiritual war. And yes, you are going to get certain things happening of casualties and deaths and things like that, because that's what happens when you're in a war. But how do you do it in a way where it awakens more people to the truth? And yes, there may be casualties and certain things going on, but not as many as there would be if it had happened in a certain way that certain people wanted, if anyone gets what I'm saying. You know, worldwide as well, it's massive. It's what cracks me up, what people don't understand. It's worldwide. It's not just an area where you live and, you know, well, why is it not happening and why is it not happening fast enough? It's like, hello, it's worldwide. Millions and billions of people deprogramming themselves. And I mean, do you know what I mean? Makes sense. There's a plan been in place since quite a while. 1950s or something, I don't know, whatever, to go against the other side. And then it, you know, it annoys me sometimes. I'm just going to put this out there when people go, oh, it's not about sides and this, that and the other. And a lot of people put that out there, dark and light. Well, I've said before, when we are born from source. We're not really battling people. I don't think we are personally. We're loving people, but we're taught to be like that as we grow up from the programming. So really, no, it isn't about taking sides, because really we wouldn't, because we'd all be one love, do you know what I mean, in that sense. But it's not been like that, because as time went on, let's say, some people started to realise, if they are people, that they could play the people, and they got greedy, and then realised with the greed of money, because by the way, we'll still be using money gold and silver. And it's just like I said the other day, it's just getting in alignment. Businesses or anything, just getting in alignment. Is they realise with that money, it's not about the money, came the power. And it's the power that they use to manipulate people with. Now, somebody said, power back to the people. There's more of us than there is of them. Just putting it out there because that's just what's coming. But at the end of the day, there were people that always knew this and could see it, but were always shut up. But it's not worked because it's never forgotten. And there was a time, I believe, was coming that they knew, could say it was prophesied in different ways, and it's mixed up in books and all sorts of things to take people off the scent. But once you see it, you can't let go of it, and it just resides in you, and you know it's the truth. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say today. People have got to stop being lazy and doing their own research, not just relying on people on YouTube or wherever, as much as we like to, see people talking about certain stuff because you resonate with it. And this is why, like Joanna Dunn said today, and a lot of us say this, we share our journey because we know there's people out there who are going through similar things. And then they know that they're not crazy, and they know that there's something going on because they know that people are talking about it. This is why we share. It's not to say, yes, this is, you've got to do it this way, and you must do it my way, and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, this is what I'm going through. You might be going through something similar. That is the collective of what's going on, of people, we're all collective energy as well, of what we're all beginning to see and understand. So when we share that information, depending on whoever you're watching, it helps people. So, we had the shadows to shine the light on them, including personal demons. Yeah, and there's all that. We're getting rid of personal demons. That's why you've got to be careful of your energy. And one of the best things to do as well is, if you're ever feeling a bit of anxiety, is just to breathe in deeply and hold it in. Some people do it for different numbers. Some people do breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and breathing out for 4. And do that a few times if you ever feel that nervous energy coming over. But like I said, I'm about to go and do a bit of exercising. So when I do it, I may come back on because there's something I need to go and do for what I'm doing later, which I said, like, I am a bit nervous and excited about it, but it's excited energy, but I need to go and ground that energy somewhere and receive some energy and let go, because I'm gonna one of the best ways to release anything as well is by water. So I'm going to be going near a river, and I just imagine, like, I've not got any worries, it's just like this nervous, excited energy. But if you're ever going for a walk and you're near a river or water or wherever you are, or at the seaside, if you've ever got anything you want to release, just stand there. If it's at the seaside, every time a wave comes in, you can say in your head, you don't have to say it out loud, about what you want to release, and every time the wave goes out, it's being taken out. With a river, I love, because you can just stand there and imagine it all being washed away down the river, and it just, gets cleansed. And that's a really nice way of doing it, and even better, sticking your feet in the water. So hopefully I might go and see you in a bit, because I'm having a relaxing day today and absorbing some good ass energy, because it's beautiful for what I'm going to do later. And hopefully I might be able to come on later and share that with you guys. So I'm not putting it out yet. Not yet, because I've realised what that does sometimes. So yeah. Whew. Thank you, Indigo. It's just more as well with people's research. Whatever you're researching, it just means that like some people go, oh, it's a load of rubbish, so it's just all that. Most people like that are the ones who never research anything, because some people are scared of finding out. The biggest thing before I go is people don't want to. I believe some people are scared. They may have seen things before, and they may know deep down inside it's true. But they know if they start to research something, and I'm not going to say what they could research on what might scare them, because I'm not going to put it out there, because I know what the YouTube are like. But anyway, you might get what I'm saying. But people are scared of researching stuff, because if they research, they're scared that the bubble's going to be burst. And it's like, oh my God, where are we? Can I not be a part of that thing anymore that I've loved all my life? Or been attached to, because we're learning to detach, and that's what's hard about all this, is learning to detach, but it's all right because we're all going through it. So they're scared to look in case they find out something they don't want to know, something that's not nice, but it still pushes us forward, or it just breaks down their reality. You could say the matrix, that, you know, that thing that they always thought was, I mean, imagine people finding out that buy a newspaper every day and watch the black box in the corner of the news that they've been lied to most of the, I mean, just for example, you know, the little world's going to be broke, because that was a routine they were in, going to the paper shop every morning, getting a paper, sitting down with a brew. I mean, if you want to read a paper, I'll show you what paper's good. Now, in the UK, there's a paper out, an independent paper, and in the place where I live, a lot of people are doing things on a Friday, on a roundabout, shouting out about things, and people are beeping the horns and all that, and I think a woman buys loads of these and gives them out everywhere, but you can donate, you know, pay for these monthly, because it's a like I said, a what you call it, people's paper, and guess what it's called? As I was talking about the lighthouse the other day. Seen the picture? The lights. Independent newspaper. The only one, if I'm going to read anything, would I read. I've not actually read these because I got them in just for sort of history's sake. Because all the stuff they're talking about is stuff, it's like, yeah, I know about that, and it's a lot about the, you know, this sort of stuff that I don't really speak about now because, you know, whatever, but it's really good. It's even got stuff about the jewellery and stuff you can wear for all that going on, you know. So, just saying, there are people who do put independent stuff together. You know, it's the only one I'd be reading. But can you imagine people? Can you imagine? Yeah, truth is all we want. Exactly. Two types of people. Those who, yeah, my dad used to say that. Two types of people. Those who want to change everything and those who want to change. Yeah, my dad didn't used to say that. He used to say two types of people. Those that, it was a bit like that, but not that. Those that, I don't know, want to know, and those that don't. There's a reason why people don't want to know. Because like I said, they don't want the bubble burst. I had my bubble burst massively in 2017. And then, yeah, how mad was that? Shungite. Yeah, Shungite is good, Rachel. Archangel Michael, nighttime in US now. And Janine, right, morning chat for me is also morning here in Denmark. Yay to Denmark. Whoop. Those who don't want to change are those who live in fear. Yeah, and it's all about love, you know. People don't even want to talk about the stuff because they're in fear of talking about it. I could talk about it, or I'm not in fear of it. There's a difference, you know, with like some people say, oh, don't talk about that. I mean, I'm not talking about other stuff now because I've done it, and other people need to do that thing for themselves, but I could still talk about it, but I'm not in fear about it. You get people talking about it who are screaming about it, and all that energy's bubbling up, and them chemicals of fear. Nothing bubbles up inside of me of like, you know, that, like that. It's just like neutral at the minute of like, you know. And Rachel has put in, if you'd like to make a donation, Rachel Pixie has put my email in for PayPal, because I don't think I've got Super Chat anymore. I don't know. I did have. But if anyone wants to, that's up to you. Not putting your arm up your back. I have got a new Instagram page because I can't get on my old one. I got locked out. Funny that, isn't it? You know. So I have recalled it. There's two actually. There's Janine's, I think it's art journals. And there's another one that name has changed about 6 million times again because it'll just keep changing until I sit with it, because the last thing I had a little stamp for and now I can't use it, so that's annoyed me a little bit. But it is I think I've called it. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Rachel. I think it's called. I think I've called it because I've changed the name. The Crafty Cauldron. Ooh, and I've called it that. It may change again, just because, you know, some things that I'll be doing on there are going to be beautiful. Things like my oils, and it's just that thing of like, you know, I'd be mixing and blending things because I do for my oils. But there's going to be some really, hopefully, nice things coming in the future. Ideas that I've had some more ideas of what I'm doing with other stuff alongside that. It's mainly for ladies because yes, different bits and bobs coming with that. Yeah, and like I said, I've been making because I'm doing something later. I've got to make a couple of these up for some people, and it's selenite, if you can see. Look at the sun coming through the selenite. Doo doo doo. Oh yes, free gifts. So I will let you know what all that is about at a later date. So anyway, I'm gonna go because, like I said, I've got to go and ground myself because I'm feeling like nervously excited today. So thank you. So yeah, there's going to be some more of them that'll be going up on my page. Actually, they're not selenite. They're going to be some rose quartz, ladies. Saying my stuff is for ladies, there might be a few necklaces going up for men, and they're going to be releasing necklaces, but the information will be over there when they go up, because I did something the other day and I thought the women can wear them, but they were a bit chunky-ish, like men could wear them, and they look quite masculine, but women could wear them as well. So there might be a few things that might go over there for men, but I'm definitely going to be working on a new oil, and I think for the new energies that are coming in. But I still love my one and only at the minute, Lunar Lavender. I just love it. I'm going to take that out with me. I always leave it dotted about the house and I'm like, where is it? So like I said, I'm going to go. Like I said, people need, the reason why things have happened over time is because people got lazy. And where I'm saying with researching yourself, people got lazy. They turned a blind eye. People got greedy. They turned a blind eye. People got lazy. They didn't want to know. That's why we've been in the times we've been in. Now that time's changing because people want to know, because it's the age of information. Yes, there's a lot of shitty information out there and you've got to sift through it. You normally know, you know, through what resonates. You know, we're not saying we all don't get things mixed up and that we do, but that's what I'm saying. So I'd like to thank you, Janine, for all you have done for the human race and the Great Awakening. Love and respect to you, Janine. Thank you. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, and that's it. I mean, I do know what I'm doing, as in I'm just trying to, like, put a good vibe out to say that we do go through our own shit, but as we go and do it, have a smile on your face as you're doing it, and don't judge too hard. But yeah, and I think it's just keeping people connected, like you are all in chat. If anything, that's why I love coming live, because you can all speak to each other in chat. So if anything, you're all in chat, and you may have differences on certain things, but we all know at the end of the day, there's things going on, there's something going down, there's great things coming, by the way. The last one will be magical. So that's all I'm going to say. But as we go through this transition, we've got to keep our frequencies up, because they want to drag them down. People talk about, well, I'm keeping your frequencies up. Yeah, you've got to do that. You've got to catch yourself when they're going down. It doesn't mean shit isn't happening in your life. We're all singing, all dancing. It just means reflecting on it. You know, I've had days this week, I have days where I think, oh my God, I can't be bothered doing anything. Can't be bothered, you know, what, blah, blah, blah. But then I just think, no, just keep plodding onwards. Keep plodding onwards. Yeah, keep the faith, exactly. And I've always kept the faith with certain stuff that I've talked about. Even if things have changed slightly, I've always kept the faith. And it's a knowing. It's always been a knowing. It's a knowing. And I won't let it, I just won't let it, it won't let it go. It's just a knowing. there's something working alongside us, as we know, because this comes within us. It comes through as we are conduits, and it is how, to me, it's how information comes through people and an energy comes through people that helps them to move forward with certain things. And, you know, if you're talking about God, the universe, that comes through us. That's how people would say, oh, Christ did light, or I feel like I'm Jesus, something like that. The coming of Jesus, to me, is the people becoming enlightened to themselves, so they connected back up, that we are all connected and we are connected to source, because that's the same source. Those messages were the same source. So when it's working through you, you feel it and you know it. You can't always explain it. Like, I can't explain it properly, but I just know. And you see that working through people on platforms, big platforms I'm talking about, in other countries, as in things that people might say politics when they're not. It worked through people. To me, it's not because Jesus is going to come on a cloud and come and save everybody and he's actually landing on earth. It's, I believe, maybe you could say the energy, the bloodline of that person, and way before him, because he would have been from a bloodline way back. Let's just say the goodies work through people. Them people are here. Does anyone get what I'm saying? Anyway, and I think they knew this, if anyone gets what I'm saying. But that light works through us. So, you know. The great shift is near. It definitely is. Yeah, but as I've said before, Zal, it will be hard in Australia, because I've said before, the countries where it's most hit the hardest is where most people have to wake up, because they've been very, very programmed and dumbed down. But you will see changes. And just remember, mainstream media aren't going to tell you everything. But, you know, if you remember the saying, make America great again, it also said after that, and the world, we're all in this together. So no one's going to be left out. Yeah, I think they did, Andy, do you know what I mean? They've blown it. They've blown it. Like I said the other day before I go, jeez, this is JFK Jr. Well, I've seen the video, you know, he's maybe from that bloodline, who knows? But do you know what I mean? As it works through people. So you could say, I did a video way back with numerology. Could have been in 2018, I don't know, where it said resurrected. JFK Jr. was resurrected because it was a numerology on the Vincent Fusca van. Anyone remembers, if you've been with me that long? Already did that. So it doesn't surprise me now when you've got Tom numbers and people and negative 48 who are all doing the negative 48, who are all doing the numerology. I did that a few years ago, only on little bits. I wasn't massively into it, but that's what it said. So to me, that is because maybe in the blood, or the Christ is like, or when you wake up to certain stuff, we all are God's children at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? And those God's children that are waking up are bringing that energy in. Hi Joe. So if you get what I'm saying, yeah, the return of the king. Yes, could say Camelot. So yeah, I think we're all on the same sort of wavelength with all of that. You know, people understand it differently, and that's fine, and stuff like that. So yeah, but like I said, today's beautiful, and what I saw in the playground today was beautiful. All them shards of light shining, auras, it was beautiful. So yeah. No, I've not seen all of it. Like I said, I've not been watching a lot because stuff doesn't come up. I'm trying to sort out stuff myself for myself, and with the age of information, there's too much energy. I'm just taking in now what I need, if you get what I'm saying. But when I do watch stuff like that, you know, nothing surprises me anymore. It's nothing I don't think or believe in with certain bits and bobs. And it's all great. So, like I said, I need to go because I've got to go and do some stuff, and I've got to go and ground some energy. But I may see you down there in a bit. So I may be back on not too long after this. So we will see. So what are we on? The Great Spiritual Revolution is on its way. Oh yes, I wouldn't say it's on its way. It's been here. It's just the momentum's got very, very big. It's, you know, yes. So let's have a bit of So let's have a bit of sage before we go. Sage the demons away if anyone comes looking after. Remember to keep cleaning and cleansing your energies. You know, when you go out and you're around people, like I've just been at the school gates, you can get other people's energy stuck to you, jumping on you, if your auras are, you know, a bit damaged and stuff. But yeah. So if you want to do a bit of cleansing before we go, you can have a, you can imagine, you can look at this sage and just breathe in. To a number that suits you. I'm doing 4. 4 in, 4 in, hold it in for 4 and 4 out. Deep from your tummy. And put an intention out to the world. For yourself, but make sure it's always for the world, and then you know it's going to be a good intention. Oh, do you? Yes. I'm going to be making some as well with good ass intentions on them, so look out for them. Here comes a yawn. Yawning doesn't always mean that you're tired. Yawning sometimes is things coming in, information, something about to come in. I learned that when I went to my Reiki 1 teaching, and every time the guy tried to do something on me, I just was yawning. I've got to do it now. It's like you, oh yeah. So that's for you guys. I'll just let that go out now, because I've got to cleanse this room after anyway. So there, and hopefully I will see you in a bit. So yeah, inclined bed therapy. Do you mean the bed that goes upside down? Do you know, I've always wanted one of them. Yawning is social. Don't, because I'm going to start yawning again. It's like I'm inhaling that sage. Into the body. But yeah, so people who I haven't seen before, thank you for coming in. Or if anyone's changed the names, I don't know. And the rest of you that are here, that are normally here, see, contagious. You're all yawning in. You're breathing in that sage now. Yawning in that sage, because I've done it. It's quantum. So yeah. So I'm going to go, because I'm just going to keep doing it now, because it's coming back. Oh yeah, it's coming back. Ooh. So it's like you're eating that the ether, bringing it in. Yes. So bye Zal, Indigo, Rachel, Danny, Joe. Who else have we got? Andy. I think we had John Kennedy before. Always makes me laugh. Laurie. I'm not going right up to the top. So Archangel Michael, if I miss your name out, I miss your name out, because I'm not going all the way to the top. Did I say Danny? So yeah, have a nice day, and just keep holding on to that, you know, put your God's armour on, armour of God, you know, and just keep putting little steps forward, because like I said, we're all doing this together. The world's in this together, confused or not confused, we're all in it together. Knowing or not knowing, we're in it all together. Bubble burst or bubble not burst, we're all in it together. Ain't that the truth? So I will see you probably in a bit, probably not long. You will probably see me popping up again. So I will see you in a bit. Bye.